Hi everyone, welcome to the RP Price Build and Review channel. I have a build and review set here. It's set number 42156. It's 1,775 pieces. It's a Technic set. It's the Peugeot 9x8. And look at that car. It's beautiful. Really wild looking. And this should be a nice fun set to build. It's got a lot of parts, so this is going to take a little time, but it'll come together nicely. We'll take you through there. Here's what we have. We have 5 bags, sub bags on each one. So bag 1 has 2 sub bags. Bag 2 has 2 sub bags. Bag 3 has 4 bags total, 3 sub bags. Bag 4 has 2 sub bags, and bag 5 has 2 sub bags. And then we have 3 bags that have miscellaneous larger pieces. You can see some suspension pieces in that one. Some of the basic chassis rails there. And we have the wheels and some fenders. And then we have 4 very large tires. If you look at these are very, very wide. So this should be a really wild set to build, a lot of fun. The only negative here, but you have to have it for the livery, is the sticker sheets. There are 2 sheets, and they are quite extensive. But we'll take our time. We'll lay all those out nicely. Here's the manual. The manual basically has 2 pages for parts, as you can see here. But there's a lot of multiple pieces for each one of these parts. And many of these parts, there's multiple pieces. So there's the there's the completed model in the manual. The manual's 377 pages. The build-up will be as we go to the beginning. Oh, by the way, there's very nice graphics here. Here's your designer. Manual goes into great detail on this car, which will hit on some of those facts when we do the review, when the set is complete. And as you can see, really nice. There's the real car. And this model looks very strikingly a lot like it. This goes through the history of the Peugeot race cars. And there's the car on the track. And here. So there's a lot of interesting storyline to this. The bags build up this way: 1, 2, and 3. Remember, all these sub bags will combine with these. And then we have, I can pull a page here, good grief. There's 4, and there's 5 with the completion. And here is where we will start, bag 1. So let's get into this. It's going to be a fairly long video, so please stay with me. We're going to do most likely every 2 bags. Possibly every 1, being there's so many sub bags along with each bag. So, but we'll see. We'll see how much how complete it becomes after each bag, and I'll check in, show you the progress, and any specific areas that might be trouble prone or that came together very nicely. So here we are. So stick with me. I really appreciate that, and this should be a beautiful, beautiful set when it's built. It's almost 20 inches long. It's a big set. So hang in there. Thank you so much for coming along. I really appreciate it, and we will be back after the first bag or 2. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone. Welcome back. Okay, we're through bag 1 on the Peugeot 9x8 24-hour Le Mans. As you can see, we've laid out bag 2. Sticker sheets, we have not used stickers yet. However, we're going to be using that coming up in bag 2. We're going to be using some of the stickers. There's your bag 2 laid out. Lots of pins. Here's what we have through bag 1. What we have is the rear suspension. This is all in the rear. And it is a movable suspension. It's kind of hard for me to do that, to move this, but it is completely movable. Right here, as you can see, both sides, of course. As you turn this, we have, as you turn the wheels, the rear wheels, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's 6 pistons installed in the engine. The engine is completely done and installed. You have twin turbos, one on each side. As we turn this, there's the other turbo. And yeah, it was an interesting build here. Entire bag 1 built this section. So you have the rear axle, the engine, which is a mid-engine design. And then underneath, there's your gearing, by the way, for the pistons. And there's, you can see one of the gears right there, and that gear cluster there. And then back here, you're going to have another one that's moving. You can see up top right here. Right there. Not sure quite what that's going to be used for yet. Underneath. And here's the assembly underneath so far. There's your spring for the suspension. And if you look real close, there's the cylinders and the crankshaft and the engine. And of course the engine block. There's the turbos. And there are rails to hold it all together there. So this should be quite interesting to see how it goes from here. It's going to be quite a large model. It should be about 20 inch, almost 20 inches long. So it'll be a good sized model. So there you have it. That's what we've done through bag 1. We're going to move to bag 2. And we'll see how it comes along then. I'll check in real quick and give you a good progress report on bag 2. As you can see, this bag was the main bag, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 side bags that were included in bag 2. So we will progress here, and we'll get back to you shortly and let you know how it looks after bag 2. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Peugeot 9x8 build. And here we have, after bag number 2, which had 3 sub bags, here's what we have. We have used a few stickers up to this point, just a couple, as you can see on this sheet. And we have bag 3 and its sub bags laid out. As you can see, there's the main section, one sub bag, another sub bag, another, and there's one right here. Here's what we have in the build so far. Quite a bit of build-up since the last review I did, as you can see. And we have the engine and the turbos. The drive axles are all installed. What I believe to be, this is the steering wheel here, or will be the steering. This, as you can see, reciprocates the front, moves the front axle. This is the entire front end here. Mainly just the chassis built up and suspension. You do have suspension in the front and the rear. A lot of gearing in there for the steering. And yeah, kind of an interesting build-up. There's a lot of detail here. And it's a fairly large model, so let me get you up here where you can see down below. And you can see your axles in the front. As we move back, there's the engine. The pistons do move, 6 pistons that do move. And you have the turbochargers, one on each side. And here's the rear axle. Again, with a lot of gearing going on here. Underneath, if I can get this over far enough, You can see what's going on under here. A lot of detail here. These first two bags and sub bags really built up quite a bit of detail here. Here's the engine, the cylinders for the engine, and the crankshaft. This plate here required a sticker. It's underneath. I'm not sure why it's underneath, but we'll soon find out. And here's the rear suspension. So quite a bit of detail here. This particular set, you got to pay close attention to the manual. Being a Technic and being this large, there's a lot of different construction techniques they used here, so you have to be very, very careful as you build this. There's quite a bit of detail here. There were a couple steps that I reversed apart, but found it a step or two later, so you got to be real, real careful with this. As many sets as I build, this is still a challenge. So this is where we're at. So we're going to move on to step 3. There's 5 total steps, but many sub bags that make up these 5 bags. As you can see, the manual is quite thick, 378 pages, I believe it was. So we're going to move on, and we'll be back after bag 3 and give you an update as to what the progress is, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching and following along with me. This is a fun build, detailed and challenging, but very, very fun to do. And the finished product's going to look great. So stick with me, please, as we get through this. I know the video's a little long, but it'll be worth it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back after bag 3. Hi, everyone. Okay, we're through bag 3 of the Peugeot. Here is the bag 4 cluster we're going to be going through. There's 1 main bag and 4 side bags for bag 4. We are starting to use more stickers, as you can see. Right here. There'll be more and more of these as we build out the outer shell of the body. So far, here's where we're at. As you can see, this is a massive buildup from the beginning of bag 3. The entire front top is done with steering. You have your steering right here. Also steers from the steering wheel, so in this case it does it from the steering wheel and this top gear, as you can see. Back and forth. And there's your gearing and suspension and the steering rack itself, how that all works. It's quite a marvelous build here. It really is. A lot of engineering going into this, a lot of designing to do this. We have the side skirts on with the stickers. There's your rear engine and rear suspension. All these brackets were built up here on both sides and along the entire length of the side. All that had to be built up in order to accommodate these lower skirts and all of this side structure here, all of that. As we come up, you can see it from the top. It's quite wide and very, very, it's a complex model. It really is. With this, you got to really take your time, as it is very complex. Of all the sets I've built, this might be one of the top 5 of the most complex I've built. As you can see as we go down, there's just a ton of detail here that had to be installed. Here's your rear differential. So it's quite nice. The doors open right here. That was installed right there. There's your steering wheel, although I'm not sure if that's the actual wheel. We're going to have to wait and see if that's the wheel or something is added to that. Not quite sure on that yet. Doors on both sides. These doors open and close really nice. No issues with fit at all. This set's gone together very, very well. Everything fits really nice and tight. Really well detailed. Nice job here, Lego. So there's quite a bit to this. we'll be doing the all the outer skins, and there's a little more front end and back end to build up here. As you can see, it's pretty detailed. I don't know if I can get this up high enough. You can see the bottom here. There we go. And there's the entire build on the bottom. You see all the gearing. Really quite nice here. Very nice. I can't let go of this, otherwise it'll fall. There's your rear suspension, and as I mentioned before, there's the differential, and there's the engine. So yeah, pretty complex set here. Very complex. A lot to it. And it, of course, on top of that, it's a very large. So the larger set I've in the Technic line that I've built, and it has a great look to it too. There's some more stickers on each side. Sticker up here, and of course these side skirts have stickers. So there you go. That's where we're at after bag 3. We'll move on to bag 4, where you should see quite a big change on the exterior. But for now, we are on starting bag 4. So there you have it. Really interesting model to build. With the complexities, it takes a little time. You have to double check yourself as you go through, because one bad piece placed wrongly in this will cause you some big headaches. So there you are. So I appreciate you coming along. This build is coming along very nice. Still have quite a bit more to go. And we'll be back after the bag 4 and its side bags. And we'll show you what the progress is at that point. But for now, here's what it looks like. So I appreciate you following along. Appreciate you very much. And we'll get on with this build and get it completed here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back with the next update. Thanks a lot. Welcome back to the Peugeot Hypercar build. We have gone through 4 bags with their sub bags. To this point, to get to the assembly we're at now, we've gone through 479 steps and through 304 pages in the manual. As you can see, we're getting toward the end. We've laid out bag 5. These are the last bags to complete the set. This is bag 5 and 3 sub bags, 1 inside the main bag and 2 sub bags on the front here. For stickers, we've used a large majority of them up to this point, almost that full sheet, and we have some larger ones on this sheet. By the way, the stickers are excellent quality. They're very shiny, fairly thick, and peel off very well, and can lay into the model very well. Here's where we are after 4 bags and sub bags. As you can see, it's largely built up now at this point. This is a very large model. It's kind of hard to display on camera, but it is a very large model. Has a lot of detail. There's only one flaw I've seen so far in the part quality, and that is this wing back here. As you can see, that wing is a little bit crooked. It's warped, which isn't too bad, but it kind of detracts a little bit from the model. Other than that, it's all the parts have been excellent. The quality and finish on the parts is just first rate all the way through. And this is where we're at. This entire rear section, all of this entire rear section was a cover, basically built up as a separate assembly and then just laid onto the model. There's no connector points when that's laid onto the model, and I'm assuming that's because Lego wants you to be able to remove that to show the suspension and the engine in its moving pistons. So I'm assuming that's probably what they were trying to do there. But as you can see, it's a lot of detail. With this bag, we'll be building up the entire front end. The back end is complete, as far as I can tell. The side panels are all complete. The doors are on. The entire top section is done. And that's where we're at right now. The spoiler is complete. with little wings on each side. And we still have tires and wheels to go. Fenders on the front section. The black piece will be around the cockpit, the front of the cockpit. And of all these parts so far, that's all we have for extra parts. Very, very minimal. Most bags you used every piece, including all the pins as well. So this is where we're at. It's a beautiful model, a lot of detail here. And like I said, it's very large. It's 20 inches long and looks to be almost 8 inches wide. So it is a big, big model. And just looks great. This is a fantastic little Peugeot Hypercar, and we'll be finishing it up with bag 5. It really looks great. I don't know if I can turn it around enough. You can see the section just lifts off. There's no connection points at all. It just lifts off. As we go to the back, there's your back view. This was very interesting to build up here. These all had decals or stickers on each little wing here, as you can see. And it's just a mean looking model. And this added very nicely to your Technic's collection. This is a way larger Technic car than is the usual, and it just looks fantastic. As we go across the top, as you know, it had moving doors as well. And then there's the front section with the suspension and full steering right here. So we're almost done, and I'll be back with the final build and the review coming up after we finish bag 5, and let you know how this turned out. So very much appreciate you hanging with me. I know it's a long video, but it's a big model, and with 1,775 parts, it takes some time to show the stages as we go along. So hang in there with me. I appreciate it very, very much, and I hope you get a lot of useful information out of this video, even though it is kind of a little on the long side. But again, it's a very large model and a lot of steps and pieces to get through. So hang in there. We'll be back. I appreciate you watching and coming along, and we'll see you soon as this is complete, and we'll give you a final review and let you see what this beautiful Hypercar looks like when it's finished. Thanks so much for coming with me, and we'll see you shortly. Hi everyone, welcome back to my finalized build of the Peugeot 9x8 Hypercar. This is set number 42156, 1,775 pieces. This is a truly iconic car. To start, it's 1/10 scale, which is quite large. The dimensions are 19.5 inches long, 5 inches tall, and 8 to 9 inches wide. It's a large car and a very large build. Very, very impressive car. The 9x8 car has a very unique silhouette, as you can see, which really attracted me to wanting to build this. It's raced in the Le Mans hybrid class races for 2023, and they have a long history back to the 30s of Peugeot racing cars in the Le Mans in different classes and different categories. The suspension is very, very unique on this. Its electric wiring is very unique. It has glow-in-the-dark features for night racing, which is very unique also. And it was designed by Casper Hansen at Lego. And this set was designed as the car was being developed. So it's as close as you can possibly get to the real thing, which makes it truly unique. Very, very, very unique. It's 700 horsepower, twin turbo V6 with a hybrid system as well. It'll do 210 miles per hour, and that makes it pretty doggone fast. So The actual steps for this set, here's the manual. As you can see, it's quite thick. It was 611 steps over 377 pages to develop. As I mentioned earlier in my video, there's a real unique write-up here, a description of the set and the designer and how it was developed, and nice, beautiful pictures of the car, the real car, compared to the Lego model. So size-wise, like I say, it's quite large. There's some unique features on this. The doors open, as you can see here. You get an idea of the interior. The steering wheel is very unique. It steers from the gear on top and also from the steering wheel, so it does both, which is kind of nice. Both doors open, as you can see, the gull wing doors. The steering is right here. Very large tires on this set. Very large tires, which is kind of nice. Moving pistons on this. There's a lift front end right here, which gives you an idea of the suspension and all the gearing throughout. As you can see, it's really a complex model. A lot of buildup on this model in gearing and in the chassis itself. Very unique. Interesting design all the way through. Tires are very wide, as you can see. There's a shot of how wide those tires are, as well as the wheels, of course. A lot of stickers in this set. You have to be patient putting this together, as the stickers are pretty comprehensive throughout, but that's what gives it its livery look and design. Unique spoiler in the back, right here. Being a glow-in-the-dark car, it could race at night, and a lot of that glow was back here in the rear section. Right here. As we come around, just a very unique looking car. Very nice build here. It was a lot of fun. Took some time. You got to be very patient with this set because of the number of steps and the number of parts involved. And like I said, with Technic, it's all about pins and gears, and that's exactly what this set was. The rear section, which is kind of unique, comes off. There's your rear section. That was all built as a assembly, all built up first. It comes off. It's not fastened down in any way. It's loose, but it fits so tightly and perfectly that you don't need it to be that way. And it's unique in the fact that you can take this entire back end off, and as you can see, you have the moving pistons on the V6, and you can see the differential gearing in action. So taking this off gives you a nice look at the engine, the bi-turbos, and the whole differential setup in this. Very nice, and it gives you an idea how large those wheels are. Those tires are huge. So very unique. This was a fun build. This is one I think if you're really into Technic, you have to have this added to your set, to your collection. And that just goes right back on. So this is one I'd strongly recommend. This is a Technic set at $199.99, which for the piece counts a little over the 10-cent per piece average that Technic sets run by Lego. But I got this one at $159.99, which is, I think, a great bargain for a 1/10 scale car. It's big. It's a beautiful car, and it will add a lot to your collection. I would really strongly recommend this car if you're really into the Technic race cars. This Hypercar is definitely one to have. Like I said, it's very large. You can compare the size here to the manual and get an idea just how big that really is. Manual is very well laid out. The steps are very clear. The parts quality is excellent, just first rate all the way through. No parts shortages, no problem with parts at all. It's just excellent. So try this one out. I think you would really like this car, and display quality is just first rate all the way through. Only one issue I found with this set is this wing back here, as you can see, is slightly bowed right there. Other than that, it's just got a little bit of warpage to it. Other than that, no issues whatsoever. No missing parts. Everything was there. A few extra parts, but not many. So give this one a try. Got to be patient. Take your time, and you will really enjoy the finished product on this. This is probably, of the Technic sets I've done, and there have been many, especially the cars, this is definitely my favorite, just by its unique look and the quality here. So give this one a try. I think this would be a great one to add to your collection. Strongly recommend this one. So thank you so much. I know this is a long video, and I thank you so much for following along with me. This was a really joy to build. Complicated in some areas, but a joy to build. Just take your time and enjoy it as you go along. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this as we went through the steps on every bag and sub bags, and what a lot of fun. Give this one a try. Thanks so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, or share if this information was useful to you, and let me know if you have this set. Put it in comments if you have the set, how it went for you, how easy it was to build or difficult it was to build for you, and if you enjoy the finished product. I certainly do. This is a truly iconic hypercar. So thanks again for watching, and we'll be back with another build and reviews coming up very soon. Thanks so much.